Welcome to Mosse Cybersecurity Institute. My name is Benjamin Mosse and I'm the founder of the Institute. Today I'd like to share with you what I think are realistic goals for most organizations out there in terms of cybersecurity. Now, obviously what I'm going to say here is very general in nature and may not apply to your particular organization, but the purpose of me sharing this with you is to give you a clear picture of what it is possible to achieve if you simply set the goal to do it. The first thing is that any organization, in my opinion, can actually train 100% of its staff members on cybersecurity. So right now you're watching our video series and you can actually apply to be able to get access to those videos and share it with every one of your employees and team members, for example. So I actually think that security training in terms of sharing videos or access to a platform to do practical exercises is really available at almost zero cost or zero cost itself. The second thing is that it's absolutely possible to do a review of your IT assets to discover the vulnerabilities that they have and whether you have threat actors on the network right now that you didn't know about. And it is possible to review 100% of the assets, no matter where they are in the world, and that can be done without any impact whatsoever to production environments. Thirdly, I think it's possible for most organizations to delete between 50% to 70% of all the data that they have on their network. I know this may sound like a crazy goal to go for, but if you start systematically asking your team to look at what data are we receiving or are we storing that we no longer need, and we delete it in a systematic manner, you're going to realize that it's probably a lot more than you initially thought. Fourthly, today there are technologies in the cybersecurity industries that allow you to consistently and systematically catch the top 200 tactics and techniques that threat actors use to compromise organizations. And so if you have a good technology strategy, you should be able to detect basically and stop every penetration testing tool out there. In fact, anybody can get to a point where they can survive a pen test that's delivered by a third party. That's a very realistic goal. And then the last goal is that I think it is more than possible for most organizations to patch between 65% to 80% of all of their critical and high risk missing security patches. The organizations that struggle the most with this is when they have systems that they don't have an easy business process to be able to patch. And in some cases, and probably the most complex case I've ever worked on is we once worked and helped an organization patch 200 machines for critical vulnerabilities with exploits freely available on the internet, but the business process we needed to go through to get the approval to do this took 18 months because there was about 40 stakeholders that needed each and every one of them to say yes for the work to be conducted. But we still managed to do it. And so after this, I've realized that it is truly possible to actually patch, a large number of critical systems if we set this as a goal and we all understand why we're doing it. So I hope these goals now, paint for you a clear vision of what's possible and that they will inspire you to want to do this within your organization. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.